Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are in here with some awesomeness in the form of Great Britain versus Austria. Today we have an awesome match between these two teams for the Europa Cup. As you can see, we are already underway on Provence. Or is this? Yeah, it is. We are going to be getting going here in just... oh my goodness, what am I even saying? I'm just so used to my normal setup. We are here, started already, underway, and it appears that Great Britain is in the lead currently over Austria, giving them a little bit of something to think about here. You've got Great Britain Jordy looking to take down one inside there. That's Frankie Pan taking him down inside the old church. A little bit of inroad on A. That's very good shots from Jordy, taking down yet another one. He is really getting up in here, starting to make some serious splashes for his team. And yeah, look at the kill feed, ladies and gentlemen. It is all in the hands of Great Britain so far. Austria is just not able to touch them, it seems. And they are just getting the full cap here so far. This is looking like it's going to be an extraordinarily good time for Great Britain. It's going to be a party in the UK tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because they are looking to completely shut out Austria, but Austria trying to break out here, as you can see. Starting to get a little bit of a breakthrough on the bottom side of the map here, but Ash taking down a couple of them. Frankie Pan's trying to stumble over his teammate's dead body to where he can get to a winning position. Trying to take a little bit of a snapshot here at Jordy, but unable to connect. Just look at the British here, ladies and gentlemen. They are just all over the place, all over the enemy team spawn. Just not looking to even let them out of here. And we do have a lot of really good bases on the British team. We have Rix, Tribe Jimmy, we've got Jordy, a lot of recognizable names from the club teams like Venom, Tribe, a lot of recognizable faces from all these teams. But yeah, we are going to be seeing Austria trying to break out around the back towards C. As you can see, that C is starting to go into the hands of Austria. They're trying their hardest to break out of this, but Great Britain is going to be coming back towards them now. Jordy coming on in here trying to do some damage as Tribe Tomo still chilling here with the M40. A very non-meta gun, but still a good gun nonetheless. He does get taken down there by Alpha Evo, another one of those players you should definitely recognize. He is on Pro Legion and CS sometimes, so we will be seeing how things do go here for Austria on C now that they have managed to break out. This should be alleviating some of the pressure on A now that so many of the British are falling back towards C to try and reinitiate the full cap here. They have only lost one ticket though. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is absolutely lock up shop offense and defense from the British. This is extraordinarily well done by them, and I am color me impressed. This is extraordinarily well done by them. And the Austrians are definitely going to have to come up with something big in order to combat this in the next round. But yeah, it appears that they are starting to get back up on B at the cost of C. They are going to be letting Controversial getting on up on the flag, but still fighting it out on B in the meantime. Alpha Evo trying to find these guys with the Sturmgewehr. That one across the line. Trying to hit them up. Is he gonna try and Panzerfaust? He was thinking about it for a second there, but is not gonna be doing that. Gonna be sliding on into their DM's gonna be running right next to one, but unable to take him down. But his teammate does, so Jimmy going to be able to get a little bit of a revive here, assuming that all the enemies are taken down. It appears that
Ich bin bei dir, Soldat.
He's still got one chilling up on the flag somewhere, as Jimmy does go in for the revive. Finds one in the corner. That's Maeve in the corner, going going down, but as you can see, that has alleviated a lot of the pressure on the home flag of A, so they are going to be getting it back, the Austrians, as Alpha Evo and Jimmy trying to come on up here and get back full cap once again. Both trying their hardest, but Alpha Evo just beaming them from a distance, and they are just losing the plot here, ladies and gentlemen. They're trying to smoke out their path to the objective, but Great Britain they are looking super duper strong, as Great Britain does in many sports. Why should Battlefield be any different? They are just looking super duper strong right now. Again, a very star-studded roster leading the charge for them. I'm going to be getting them a very convincing victory on this map. Not even losing more than 10 tickets here as we get through to the next round. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. 152 to 0. That is impressive, if I do say so myself. Top squad going to be going, not too surprisingly, to Jimmy, Alpha Evo, and Ash. And Rix was the final one. The Tribe guys. That is the Tribe guys, top squad usually, plus Alpha Evo. For the T6 team, that is usually Tribes. Those are Tribe's top 3 players that we see from the T6, usually running together. Not too surprising that they are making a big splash up in this one. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hopping in here with the next round, which is going to be the other side of good old Provence. In just a little bit, but man, that was an extraordinarily well done job by Great Britain, the United Kingdom. That was, wow, I am just so impressed. I thought this was going to be a lot closer of an affair, but maybe Austria. I did not get to see the entirety of the thing because we jumped in sort of after the beginning. We sort of hopped in the middle of things, but I mean, just maybe Austria made a few key errors that they will not make a second time in this go around of the game, but it's going to be a toss-up here. I think that Austria are definitely going to have to make some adjustments here and make sure that they just play a little bit more reactionary, I would have to say, because I mean, from my understanding, it appeared that the British were trying to just play a little bit reactionary, a little bit aggressive, but also a little bit reactionary to see what the enemy team would do and then react based on that. We're going to be hopping in here with Holtz trying to do some damage up in here, just chilling while his teammates do get mopped up on the flag in the secret spot. Well, not so secret spot. Everybody knows about this spot, but this is the last place that people check. Oh, nice job taking down his Tribe teammate in Jimmy, but is going to go down from another one of his Tribe teammates in Ash. They are going to be getting some nice control over B, but trying to come up and clear things out is Ares, but is going to get stuffed by Ash. Ash trying to come on in here and get the survive for Jimmy, as you can see here. These two have definitely got some intimate knowledge of each other, have been playing together for a very long time. As the Austrians do try and get a flank to A, they are also going to try and put up some pressure on B at the same time, as you can see here. Jordy and his crew going to be up on Alpha, but they are getting taken down in the meantime. Controversial. Going to be taking down Dolly as he tries to hop on it on B. But yeah, honestly, I think the Austrians, they are trying to go for a very aggressive approach here, as you can see. Whereas the British, they're playing very reactionary. They are seeing the push to B, and they're reacting by sending a contingency to Charlie, which is now starting to capture the flag. But yeah, the great thing for the British is that they have very many people up on B. But, I mean, the Austrians are starting to win some of these gunfights here. Alpha Evo going to be taking down one with the dynamite as Tomo and the crew do try and come in here and mop up shop on the flag proper. He does take down Holtz as well, Evo, looking pretty good. And he has caught the sight of one up inside the garden. That's very good for Evo, taking him down. Still got a couple down bottom, trying to keep a hold of the flag for their team. But yeah, in the meantime, the British are still fighting over Charlie and Bravo. Starting to win out on Bravo, but it's going to be a different story on Charlie, maybe, for the Austrians. It's going to be really up in the air. It depends on how the Austrians... Ooh, it appears that they have gotten a little bit of a leak through to Alpha here. That's very good for Austria, but they are already getting found by Jordy, who's taken down quite a few already. Taking down 2. Dolly and Hool here. TB Hool here. As Jordy, he is going 6-1 so far. Make that 7-1. Got one more behind the medical crate. Does take down Tribe Oral there. Very nice. As they get back control of their home flag of A, starting to build up these sandbags. This is something that we've been seeing a lot more of these PS4 teams doing. I have seen this been done a lot of times for, I can't even recall how long, since the beginning of, even since the beginning of Battlefield 5. I've been seeing Xbox teams do this, but we're now starting to see a lot more of the PS4 teams, especially the European teams doing it. They're starting to realize the power of the fortifications. We're gonna be hopping in here with, oh, never mind. Dolly trying to come on in here and do some damage. Is gonna be getting a nice quick revive as the medic class, trying to keep this team nice and up and fighting. As you can see, Austria doing a much better job this time around. I say that as the British are completely mopping up shop on Charlie. Trying to come on in here, but responding in turn are the Austrians. They are going to be getting a few rats over to B and A at the same time, so it's really going to depend on how they do on C, if they can get a full cap or not. But it appears that the British have mopped up shop there. As Jimmy trying to find this guy in the bushes, does take down Tomo, and is coming on back to B to try and stop this potential majority cap going into the hands of the Austrians. But yeah, the British are going to be doing exactly what they need to do to get up in here, but the Austrians starting to react very smartly to this. They are going to be sending in Dolly to the flag here, as Zoom taking him down, keeping control over Charlie for their team. As you can see, I wish I could see the tabletop view here for a second to see the great British setup, but I can only assume that they are running sort of a 4-4 setup for defense. Yeah, it appears that they are trying to make a little bit of a line across the map here. As Holtz and Tomo starting to break through the middle of the map. Ash can be catching wind of this. Takes down one, and Tomo coming up does take down Ash. But still alive on the truck here is Zoom. Trying to find him, and he does take down Tomo, but he has bought enough time for his teammates to break on through to B and C at the same time. Controversial and a little bit of a rough spot here. Gonna need some help, but his teammates are coming through for A very well. As Controversial trying to make a big splash on Bravo. Takes down one. That is huge for his team. Looking pretty good so far. Gonna be coming on up here as his teammates do give him some support. He catches the players off the spawn, but one more off the spawn coming on in as Ares is traded out by Jordy. And just like that, once again, the British do have the majority cap. The Austrians do have a very nice setup on C though, and I think this will be kind of hard for the British to break for the full cap. But I think they're just going to be waiting for the Austrians to try and push out, which they do have to do. They are getting in some good positions to get some picks off on the flag itself. Dolly and the guys not really able to move out, and this is exactly what the British want. But I mean, look at B. It's starting to go swiftly into the hands of the Austrians. That must mean they have a lot of people up on that flag. The Austrians are going for a little bit of a defensive setup as well as an offensive setup. between the two squads. One squad defending, one squad attacking. But yeah, it appears that they're trying to make a little bit of a hole in the defense of the British on the AC Street here. Dolly going to be getting a nice little revive as they try and clear out these buildings, which are so pivotal for the defense of the Alpha Charlie lane. Especially from the Alpha side. We're going to be hopping in here with a little bit of Dolly as he tries to find this last one, and he gets to spawn off. That's unfortunate for Dolly. They do take him down. That was Jimmy. As they do still hold on to this building here. And as you can see, the Austrians are flooding on into the building. They know they need to get them out of here. And if they want to get A into their hands, they're doing a much better job this time, the Austrians. Starting to really pick up the pace here. But yeah, as you can see, as you can clearly see, they are starting to get a little bit up in the business of Alpha Evo. Has managed to break through courtesy of the smoke, just disorienting the Austrians there, and they're starting to get back control over B as well. So, man, this might be where the Austrians start to fall apart here. They kind of got a little bit too aggressive with their defensive squad on C, and in the meantime, they weren't. I mean, I understand why they were trying to push for Alpha, because the guys on B were getting pushed so heavily, and they were trying to make a little bit of a rat through to A, but the British were just doing such a good job of defending that one building that, man, that was just a really well done job by the British on the Alpha Charlie lane, that it just kind of messed up what the Austrians were trying to do. And now we are going to be seeing them in the minority cap once again as this game is about to end. On this map, at least. We're about to hop in with the second half on, I don't know quite which map it is going to be, but I can only assume Lofoten Islands, because that is one of the best maps in the game, but you gotta remember that that we have been having some issues with some of the maps, but it appears that I'm getting some information that it is going to be Merida instead. It's going to be Provence and Merida. As we hop out of here with Provence, we are going to be seeing the British taking a very, very big lead in this set. They did go 109-0, 100-point clubbing the Austrians. As you can see here, Jordy, Big Ryan K, Controversial, and Zoom taking the top spots here. A lot of people from a lot of very amazing teams here. As you can see, the British, the Austrians, a lot of tribe members, and also a few people that I do not recognize, I'm going to be totally honest. But regardless, we are going to be hopping in here with a little bit of Marita, which is going to be a very, very close range affair. Once again, much like Provence, a much bigger map width-wise than Provence. But, I mean, most of the gunfights you're going to be seeing are going to be inside of buildings or on narrow streets. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to get in here with the second half. The UK currently in the lead by 251 tickets to 0 for the Austrians. It is going to be a very, very interesting setup here as we do get in here with the second half of the game. But yeah, if you guys are liking what you are watching, liking what you're hearing while we have a little bit of downtime, don't forget to drop follows, as we will be doing this quite a lot. This is the Europa Cup, ladies and gentlemen, and right now is the Austrians versus the British. And I am Kamaka. If you guys want to check me out, Kamaka_ on Twitch and Kamaka_18 on Twitter. But yeah, this is Battlefield Nations. Don't forget to drop follows for Battlefield Nations on Twitch and check them out on Twitter as well. And this is currently, once again, the British versus the Austrians. We're going to be seeing... Oh, that was a little bit of a rough Panzerfaust there from this guy right here. That's a little bit unfortunate. Coming on in here trying to get control over B, but this is some good positioning from the British. As you can see, a lot of the Austrians going route 1, just going straight on in for the point. While the British are getting some off-point positions, getting a lot of map control, which is definitely helping them out here. But we do have a little bit of a flank coming in here from one of the Austrian players. A couple of the Austrian players, in fact. Evo is doing a very good job of mopping up shop, though. I mean, look at what he is doing here. He can't hang with the third, though. As they do get control over the good old Bravo flag, the British. They've still got some dudes showing up top here. Hopping on in here with Rix. He does take down Frankie Pan. As they are starting to flood back onto the main objective proper here. And completely bulldoze the Austrians off the flag. Alrighty then, so let's see what the Austrians are trying to do in response to this. It appears that they're kind of stuck near A, but yeah, a lot of their assaults have seemed to fail, but the good news for them is that all of their players are going to be in one spot, so it's going to be hard for the British to try and break through this just because of the sheer numbers of the Austrians. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of the people pushing from the top are meeting a wall of Austria here. They are going to be starting to get some kills here. This guy right here, I can't quite read his name. That's Jordy, in fact, doing a good job, but does finally go down. Jimmy trying to pick up the pieces for his team, but once again, running into a wall of Austrians and getting forced back. Gonna need some help. He needs some help. He needs some milk, and Ash is coming in to give some support here as they take down Razul Bame there. Very nice. Jimmy and Ash and Rix just wrecking house here. They're going to be finally bulldozing through enough Austrians to get to the Alpha objective. That is honestly a little bit of a surprise for me. I thought that the Austrians, because of their sheer numbers here, were going to be able to hold onto the flag, but just some serious slaying out from the tribe squad from the UK. As you can see, the Austrians are starting to break around to the back for C, however, fighting in the middle of the town here. PB trying to do some damage here along with the rest of his squad. They are going to be taking down quite a few of their opponents here as they do try and make their migration to C. They've got a guy showing up top in the rock formation here, coming on down, taking down one and taking down two. In fact, is Jordy again, an enormously good player for the British and for Venom. He's 8-3 currently as he's trying to find the last person, which he does. That is Tribe Oral going down as the British solidify their full cap. Once again, this is an extraordinarily well done amount of defending and being slightly aggressive by the British. But as you did see, the Austrians did manage to get some guys around the back, which did force the British to be a little bit less than full strength on A, which does allow the Austrians to push through with their full strength onto A. And they are going to be getting it back, starting to break out here, but that's just basically, it's not enough for the Austrians. They really need to get some serious momentum here onto the Bravo flag or even the Charlie flag in order to get back into this game, because one flag is not enough. You've got to get control over at least the majority here in order to come back into this game, especially when the British are getting the amount of kills that they are. Look at the kill feed. It is a pinstriped kill feed right now, but the British are in the majority. The majority of the stripes are going to be red, which are the British. And as you can see, they're starting to make it a full red kill feed here as they do start to mop up shop on C. Once again, the flank to C has gone down in flames for the Austrians as the British are coming on in for the full cap once again, trying to lock down every single lane possible as the Austrians try and break out from A once again. Yeah, they're being met by an enormous amount of the British players here, trying their hardest here, but can't seem to quite connect, as well as the British players. Evo taking them down again.
Ich flick dich zusammen,
As
Soldat.
PB trying his hardest to keep the players alive, but is going to get blasted by Jordy, just showing up top once again. Jordy always in the good positions to do some damage to the enemy team. Taking down another one is Ash as well. This is a star-studded British squad. I don't think I have to tell you that. If you have been watching competitive Battlefield for a while, you'll know by some of the names here that the British definitely have a star-studded Battlefield royalty squad here, I guess you could say. But yeah, the Austrians, they've been doing a pretty... I mean, I want to say they've been doing a decent job, all things considered, but the British are just definitely looking extremely strong. It's going to be a definite hard one for the Austrians to come back in this next round, but man, this is going to be a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. The Austrians are just looking so far defeated that I don't know if they're going to be able to come back in this next round. I hate to be pessimistic, but the British are just looking so strong. They have won every single round by over 100 tickets. 2 of them by over 140 tickets. It's just been an extraordinarily well done job by the British up until this point. Well, I mean, it's not totally impossible for the Austrians to come back here and start to build themselves from the ground up once again. They're just going to have to play a lot more. I think the main issue here is the positioning of the British compared to the positioning of the Austrians. The Austrians seem to be wanting to go Route 1, meaning directly to the flag, from what I've been seeing at least. And the British have been sending a few people to the flags, but a lot of their players around the flag, to watching the lanes, doing some lane control and some map control. Whereas the Austrians have been having a little bit of a hard time dealing with that, and not only does doing the lane control help the British by getting some kills in some positions that the Austrians were not expecting, but it also forces the Austrians to take some time to just break away from going for the flag itself and go for the players that are giving them such a hard time in these off-flag positions, which, if the British have the majority, which most of the time they are going to if they play like this, they are going to be just getting even... the bleed is going to be going into their favor just more and more by the second, and it's going to be just wasting a lot of the time for the Austrians, so they really need to make sure they can get in some good off-flag positions while also contesting on the flag. And they are off once again in the final round of the match, ladies and gentlemen. The Austrians gonna be trying one last time to defeat the British. They can still do it. I do have faith in them, and as you can see, a lot of them going on the flag proper. Once again, as the British are starting to wrap around them, they're sending a few on up to the flag proper, but they're sending a few around the objective here. As, okay, so it appears that the British are also sending a little bit of a contingency plan for C in the meantime, but already doing a good job on the flag itself are the British, starting to get some serious gunfights in their hands. Yeah, and another thing I didn't want to mention, but is really, really pertinent to the British victory, is that they have some serious gun skill on their team. It is going to be very, very hard for the Austrians to compete with some of these star-studded players, like Alpha Evo, like Tribe Ash, like Jimmy, like Jordy, because these are players that have the ability to take down 2 or 3 players at a time. So this is something that you have to take into account as the Austrians. You have to... It's going to be really, really hard for them to win. So I would say that the British do have an advantage in the 1v1 gunfights department, but the Austrians, they can still counteract this if... Oh man, they're already full cap, man. This is quite an amazing display from the British, I am not going to lie. This is just incredibly well done, looking to mop up shop, looking to finish things off in this matchup as Holtz does get a few too many up in his sights. Not enough bullets for all those people when he does go down. But yeah, the British are also doing a very good job of covering each other's lanes here. As you can see, Big Ryan Cage is covering the bottom as his teammates cover the top and the lanes to him. One did manage to break through as Ryan did manage to take him down as the player was not only weak from Ryan's teammates shooting him, but Ryan was also able to take him down solo, which was good showing by Ryan, good showing by the British, good teamwork. But the Austrians have managed to break through for C once again. It's going to be a little bit of a tough one here. They are still at the flag minority, so just fighting for survival here, the Austrians, as the British are trying to go in for a little bit of a spawn trap once again. They have already made it to the flag again, and they are just really winning in these gun battles here. As you can see, it is a little bit of a pinstripe kill feed here, meaning that kills are going both ways, but most recent kills going into the hands of the British, and the positioning, I would have to say, going into the hands of the British as well. They do have a nice little control over the hill, but the British are basically forcing them to come to them on the flag by capping it up so fast, and oh my goodness. Alpha Eva, one of the guys already contesting for A. Trying to get some dynamite rolling here, unable to, unfortunately, was that player from Austria. But yeah, now they're going to be able to go on back to C, as there is no possible way that the Austrians can spawn up on A again. They can only spawn C, and the British know this, so they're going to be sending all of their guys on up there to try and just minimize the amount of things that the Austrians can do. It's going to be a very tough ask for the Austrians as they try and break out here. PB and the crew trying to find these guys here. Jordy in the middle of the street, as Tomo trying to come in here has yet to get a kill with the MP40. Could definitely change that. But Alpha Evo, once again, looking to make a big splash for his team. He has yet to die, going 5-0, as they do look to clear the Austrians out of the town. Got one guy watching the stairs. That is Dolly, going to be taken down. Evo giving him his first death. Got another one in the corner here, but gets stuffed by Jordy. And man, this is a complete and utter masterclass in how to play Merida from the UK. Just showing the Austrians how it's done through and through. The Austrians do manage to get through to Bravo, which is good for them. Razzle going to be taking down one there. That is good old Ricks going down for him. And he is looking for more, but the British are kind of still funneling back towards the objective here. That is some great movement from Alpha Evo there. Look at that. That is just an extraordinarily amount of movement, completely throwing out the shot of Razzle there and taking him down with a few shots of his own. That accuracy from Alpha Evo was just on point. Regardless, we are going to be seeing Frankie Pan trying to hold down the British assault on the hill. Gonna have too many to deal with. Does do a good job of taking down two, but can't handle the third. Really shouldn't have to handle the third. Where is his team in all of this? But yeah, very nice from Jimmy. Gonna be headshotting the two of them there. Well, headshotting technically both of them, but only credited for the headshot on one of them, as they do get back control over C, as the Austrians have managed to make a breakthrough for A. This is gonna be an interesting one, ladies and gentlemen. They're starting to make their way from A to B, trying to flip the map on the British, but the British have some guys in the center of the town, gonna be funneling their way back towards A, which is a very good position for them to be in. Gonna be besieging the house of A. As Jordy coming on in here looking to take these dudes down with Big Ryan K. Finding the last one there is Alpha Evo, taking them down, but as you do see from the minimap, they do still have some guys up in the spawn of the British, which they do find eventually and take them down. Oh man. Again, the masterclass of how to play Battlefield coming in here from the British. This is A 400 level class, ladies and gentlemen. A 400 level class. If you guys go to American universities, you'll know that that is one of the highest level classes you can take, an expert level class, I guess you could say. Regardless, the Austrians once again trying to break through for C, but it appears that they had a little bit of someone on A that I did not see on the minimap. Going to be getting back up on A, and they managed to get a little bit of a squad bomb off as well. They're not going to be contested too much by the British, as their main focus is on C, as they are trying to maintain this flag majority here, as you can see, but they are starting to funnel back here. Alpha Evo and the crew funneling on back with Ash, Jimmy, and Rix to Alpha, as the Austrians try and push out from their lonely flag on A to B and maybe even C and give some support. But as you can see, the Austrians are very, very spread out, whereas the British are very, very much together. Frankie Pan going to be able to take down Evo, but still got a few more to deal with. Going to be making their way to A. Jordy going to be getting taken down by Oral up top here. He's waiting patiently, but his moment never comes to get that dynamite off, as the British do take the clean sweep today, 140-0. Top squad going once again to Jimmy, Rix, Ash, and Evo. But yeah, I do believe that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen, in case I am not mistaken. I'm going to get confirmation from our production team. Yes, indeed, that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into this instance of BFN. We really appreciate your viewership. But wow, that was quite the masterclass in not only positioning, but just how to play Battlefield in general from the UK. I'm very impressed and cannot wait to see them in more and more matches as we do go through this Europa Cup. I would love to see them go up against the likes of Switzerland and Germany, perhaps. That would be really freaking awesome. But yeah, guys, we are going to be hopping on out of here with this match. Really appreciate your viewership. Don't forget to drop follows on your way out. I have been Kamaka. This has been BFN. Big shout out to Maple for making this stream possible. He is our producer up in here. But yeah, guys, that is going to be that. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Battlefield Nation signing off for now. We'll be coming at you with more action from the Europa Cup next time.